Hey everybody, welcome to Athena After Dark. How are you this evening? Um, Today is Memorial Day, and everybody's off here at the studio in observance to honor all our fallen veterans. As you can see, the hair and makeup people aren't in today, so we're just gonna go with the flow. It's been a really rough week across the board, so today I'm glad to be here bringing five good things. Athena After Dark. Again, the show is five good things. If you stop and take the time to say five good things when things are down and out, most of the time it's going to pick you up and remind you that, you know, there's good things. You just got to sometimes stop and take a look and look for them. So tonight we're supposed to have a really special guest, Mr. Kevin Beener, Mayor of Fun. He lives in the middle of Tennessee and he is going to do his best to get a good internet connection. So we're hoping he's going to join us. If not, we're just going to go through a little bit and then we're going to call it an evening, being today is Memorial Day and all that it brings. So, first of all, hello to everybody. I'm glad that you're all here. Anybody who watches later, thanks for participating. If you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, and once we get to 100, we get a custom name. It'll be Athena After Dark. So that would be kind of pretty cool. And so, yeah, all right. So we're going to get rolling. Okay. So, shout out. I want to shout out to a couple of people. Shannon, I hope you're feeling better. I'm going to send you a t shirt. Marianne, thank you for writing in. I appreciate all the extra love and support. And again, everybody, it has been a rough week again across the board in the world at large, and even here in this little part of the world. So sometimes you just gotta get up and go at it. So here we are. Okay, I have my little cheat sheet today, and I'm doing my best to not have to put the glasses with the glare on. So, ooh, that's rough. Hair and makeup people, they definitely, I like when they're in the studio. It works out. Um, okay, so we're gonna start out today with a Memorial Day, and be okay to the fact to let everybody know that today is really about honoring those who gave their all. And we're going to get into that here in a few minutes. But I'm going to start out with a couple of the fans' five good things. I'm switching it around today. Um, Dean from Salt Lake, he wrote and he was excited because he went to the Tennessee Motorcycles and Music Revival, which is an awesome, fantastic rally out at Loretta Lynn's ranch. Um, he got to meet Jay Allen for the first time. It was the best night of his life. So that's super cool. Jay Allen is at rallies all over the country. He also races Bonneville Salt Flats. One of these days, maybe we'll get him on the show. And yeah, he's legendary Broken Spoke. I mean, yeah, he's got quite an MC gig too. Him and Roadside Marty. Roadside Marty's got the whole thing down as well. Throw a lot of it out there and reel a lot of it back in. Okay, so let's see. Paula from Homestead says I took my motorcycle safety foundation course and passed it the second time around. Well, good for you. Good for not giving up and quitting, because nowadays that can be a trend. It's not easy. If things are easy, everybody do it. So sometimes you got to just tackle that. Like I said, it's been a rough week, so I'm tackling things myself, and a few other people I know are tackling them right along. You just got to do it, and then kudos to you. Big double thumbs up. Very proud of you, and that's awesome. It's very good. It's kind of like when you go back to do anything. If sometimes life takes you off track, like with me, I had school. I did other things for quite some time. Life needed me to do that, and yeah, I finished what I was doing because it's important. The follow through is what's important. So, okay, let's see. Uh, Barto. Barto. Barto says he is working on a motorcycle to race in the Sons of Speed. Okay, there you go. That's some interesting stuff. And anybody who's not familiar with the Sons of Speed, you need to look it up. Um, they race old motorcycles, no front brakes. They got going around and around. They push them to their max. From what I understand, they're gonna get a 45 class and soup them up a little bit, so it changes. Billy Lane started that, and they were in Daytona, and I think just this past weekend they had it in Tennessee. So a lot of good stuff coming out of Tennessee these days. I like that. It's beautiful up there. Beautiful riding country. Okay, let's see. Veronica. Veronica writes that she started her first welding class. It's amazing, and she's inspired by women who worked in the factories and motor mates. She's into motor mates. Sorry, again, I have a cheat sheet tonight. It's been a hell of a week. Rudy from the west coast of Florida. I met my dream girl and married her all in the same weekend. Okay, I don't know if I'm going there with that one, but that's cool. And congratulations. Nothing like being on your honeymoon, I guess. Don and I were always on our honeymoon. That's if you can. We've been married like I don't know 7 or 8 times in different places, so that way you're always on your honeymoon. Yeah, that's a good thing. Okay, all right. So that was our fans' 5 good things. So yeah, again, it is Memorial Day. I wanted to have a viewer question. You know, the Ask Athena segment. Tara wanted to know my thought on what she say? She says, "Is there a motorcycle you would recommend as my first bike? I just got my license, and my boyfriend suggests a Sportster. I'm 5'4" with a 28-inch inseam." So, Miss Tara, I'm going to tell you what I tell everybody. Um, if you have your license, the best thing that you can do is go ahead and rent a motorcycle. Go to your local dealership, Eagle Iron Rental. If you like sport bikes or anything like that, there are rental shops, and you make sure they're accredited and safe and have a good, good feedback from the customers. And go and rent different bikes and check out different models and see what it is for you. Um, we laugh and joke because forever, if you can ride a Sportster, you can ride anything. That's the most top heavy motorcycle in the world. The newer Sportsters, not so much. I haven't ridden one yet, but I plan on it here shortly. So we'll check it out. But yeah, they've always been notorious for top heavy. So yeah, I suggest that you rent um, some motorcycles and check it out. Take out the good insurance. That way, if you throw it on the ground, it happens. And then you'll know what fits for you. There's all different models. Harley has, they've lowered them now. And sometimes you have to do a little bit of modification, but you'll get what you want. You just have to start out with a decent package that you'll be happy with. A lot of times people buy bikes that don't suit them and then they sell them and they're not happy with it. They move on to the next bike. If you can rent some bikes and you go around, then you get a chance to at least get a better feel of what you like. And then your first purchase isn't a waste. It's never a waste. Anytime you're riding, it's a good thing. So, okay, cool. So that's my thought on that. Now, um, again, we were waiting for Beaner to have his internet connection, and I don't know if that is actually going to happen or not. So what I would like to do is I have something I want to read to everybody for Memorial Day. I have a sister motormaid who she's absolutely phenomenal. She does incredible things for homeless. She collects toiletries and undergarments and things like that new so that she can donate them, and she gives of her time. She's just a fantastic woman. And sometimes I guess people take for granted that just because you meet somebody or that and you see their posts on Facebook or whatever that you actually really know a lot about them, and that is so far from the truth because a lot of it we don't put out there. There's things that you don't even talk about that are way in the past, or things that you don't talk about online like that. She wrote something today for that touched home because I'm very much all about uh, Memorial Day. If it wasn't for our service members, our fallen service members, and our service members and veterans in general, none of us would be able to do what we do here. We wouldn't be able to just come here and sit down with no makeup on and just a mess and say, "Hey, I want to do this," because our country's free. We get to do whatever. We can put out whatever nonsense we want. So we do it. Okay. Well, without them, we wouldn't be able to do that. So this is something I get people, they'll say, "Oh, happy Memorial Day." And it's like, well, today's the day of honoring our veterans. So she wrote this thing and she said I was allowed to read it, Miss Charlotte. She is a sister motormaid. I am a motormaid. Wow. Since 2006. It's exciting. It's a whole different world for any women who ride that aren't familiar with the motormaid. You should check it out because it's an incredible thing. The camaraderie and respect, and then the women in the history. Uh, we're doing a run this summer coming. Actually, I'm leaving next Monday. We're going to do this show for the next 4 weeks after that on the road. Going to give it my best attempt. Hope I can get all my internet connections and everything. And we're going to do it on the road. But being a motormaid, there's so much rich history that you just I ride with ladies who are literally in their 80s and their 90s, and they will put 700 miles on and put you to shame. You want to go to bed, take a shower, and go to bed, and they're ready to go get dinner. And they'd probably go another 200 or 300 miles if they had the option. Miss Gloria stands behind us at the ice cream stand. She's like, "You ready to go? You ready to go?" Because everybody's gassing up and getting a snack. She's ready. She don't snack when you get there. So, I mean, that's cool. So yeah, today's about honor. So Miss Charlotte is a sister motor mate of mine, and that's a blessing in itself. So she writes, on the eve of this Memorial Day, memories of some of my fallen friends are filling my head and heart. Talking and listening what others think about what Memorial Day means to them. I hear long weekend and veteran appreciation. The true meaning of Memorial Day is to honor those who gave their all to give us our freedom. It says, I joined the Women's Army Corps 1969 Vietnam era, operating rooms. I tried multiple times to go in country. I was denied because I was a female and enlisted. Yet personnel and some covert communication specialists were sent. I took care of men and women coming across my OR table. Some made it, others did not. I carry their memories. Stationed in Korea, my friend and buddy got orders to Nam. She was personnel. She was sent behind the lines and wasn't worried. We had a big send off party. 2 weeks later, we were informed that she was killed in action. The line moved and camp destroyed. So many wars, so many campaigns, hundreds of thousands of men and women have served and sacrificed the ultimate for our freedom. Thank you, my brothers and sisters. You are not forgotten. So, this is a woman who lived it and participated in a time when Americans weren't always real happy. There was a lot of division in who believed in what and why we should be there. Everybody's entitled to agree to disagree, but when you read that, it's really about honor. It's really about pride. It's really about dignity. Our veterans should have the dignity that they deserve when they come back. They should be afforded the dignity to live like human beings for what they give us. It's the craziest thing that somebody will go spend $5 on a cup of coffee. But if you actually ask someone to put $5 in for a veterans fund or a children's fund or whatever, they're reluctant. It's we've gotten ass backwards, but we're not going to get into that because no politics, no none of that stuff here. This is all positive. So our guest tonight, Beaner, I don't know where Beaner is, and it's okay. Like I said, we weren't sure if he was going to get internet connection. Um, he is a retired Marine and he served our country, and he is absolutely the mayor of fun. That's how they refer to Beaner. He's the mayor of fun. He has written books. He has journeyed all across. Um, let's see here. I'm gonna push the buttons. Yay! Oh wow. Okay. Cool. Um, let's get a good picture of Beaner. All right. There's Beaner, the mayor of fun. He is absolutely the mayor of fun, and everybody loves Beaner. Beaner's usually up for just about anything. Um, he's got a good heart. This is a man who, again, is the epitome of what service means. He goes everywhere. He's traveled the world all over. He does what he does. He's wealthy in the camaraderie and the love and the things that he has. I gather he's like the rest of us, that he just does what he does and gets by and does the best he can. But he's allowed to do that because if it wasn't for him, again, and people like him, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. I have friend Sarge and another friend of mine, Miss Renee. She was in the Navy. I just recently met her. She'll be a friend for a long time. There's something about that. So yeah, I don't know what happened to Beaner. So we're gonna talk about him, and then we're gonna pretty much get it all together and put it to a close for this Memorial Day. He pops in, cool. Okay, so let's just see. Beaner is in, here we go. He is in Reliance, Tennessee. He is, okay. My buttons. It's been a rough week. I think the universe has had a rough week. I don't know anybody else out there that's had a rough week. It happens, so we're doing it. Okay, there's Beaner's dump truck. So in this picture, the red building, this is like his retreat, like biker hotel that he's building. I'm excited. I can't wait because when I say that he's the mayor of fun, this is a man who he was up for anything. He dresses up like Evil Knievel. He'll put on a cape. I've seen him in a pink tutu. Let's see, I have another good picture here of him and Bobby Seeger Jr. Okay. And that's him, the mayor of fun, having the mayor of fun. He does crazy stuff. They do his mini bike races at the rallies. It's absolutely phenomenal. Um, let's see here. He's even had this is the one of the coolest things. So check it out. I'm sticking my tongue out, making faces at you all. For anybody that's watching, I'm making faces because yeah, it's been a rough weekend. Holy smokes! Oh, it's after dark. I can say holy. Yeah, no, I could say shit. Damn, hell, that's crazy. I forgot about that. Not that we want a lot of that, but what the hell, right? Okay, so here we go. Check this out. This is cool. He is in a David Yule painting from the Wild West, South Dakota. That is Beaner, the mayor of fun. He's also been in Rebel on the Highway. He's the Broken Spoken Sturgis. You can always find him with his top hat. Pretty much any rally that he goes to, he's wearing his top hat. He's got his thing going on. So we're gonna hang out, and wait a little bit for him, and if he shows up, cool. And if not, well, that's just how that goes tonight, and it's all good. Got to go with the flow. All right. So we're gonna feature him in our cultural corner. We have the book here, and so Beener wrote. He already wrote a book, and it's Beener first book, The Motorcycle Nomad. That's Beener there. And then now he has okay buttonitis. So I'm learning to do all this stuff, and every time I push a new button, something new shows up. And it's kind of cool because I found things that I didn't know were there, and I thought I read everything about this. I'm in I'm doing it do it yourselfer. Okay, here we go. This one's cool. So this is Beener Rambles the Orient. So when I tell you this man spent 15 weeks traveling around Southeast Asia, he had adventure after adventure. In the book, he compiles like all the stories and the experiences, and the way he tells it like he's sitting right next to you. Like the only really if you've ever met Beener, it's the only way Beener can tell you. You feel like you're just riding along the side of him. So that's pretty cool. And sometimes some of the things that he does, it makes you want to go out and have adventures. They prompt you to get up, get on your motorcycle, and I've seen this man slide across the Broken Spoken Sturgis. They had a potato gun. It was like a air gun, and they put potatoes in it, and he wanted to be the target, so he ran back and forth. Beaner's super cool. He's fun. But the cool part about him is he's been through so much and seen through so much, and he just goes on, keeps going. He keeps a smile on his face. He's happy. He does everything he can. When I tell you, and he's not here, so I just get to brag about him. And again, anybody who knows him knows that this is the God's honest truth. He has a heart of gold. He will go when we go to runs and events and stuff like that. He's the first one to go to the kids and hang out with them. Pine Ridge Reservation, go and play baseball with the kids. And anytime we're in town somewhere and there's a veterans hospital, he will get the sidecar rig out or make a way and get the veterans in the motorcycle and we used to take everybody for rides. They would line up and get rides. So Beener definitely has it going on. And we will get him back. We'll get him in here. It could be on my end. You might not even be able to hear me now because I wouldn't know. I'm still working on that too. Yeah, it's been a rough week. So here we go. Okay, cool. So buttons, so socks. You darn socks. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna do it this way. I'm just gonna, since we don't have our connection, I'm gonna tell you my 5 good things because, like I said 15 times already, it's been a rough week. So my 5 good things this week. Top of my list is the ability to learn about myself, and I mean learn about myself, even the unflattering shit. Because you always want to think of yourself as one way, and then when you learn that it's not always, because Don and I laugh and joke about it, but everyone's a legend in their own mind. Like you have your own idea of who you are and what you do and how you are perceived in the world. Um, I've learned a lot about myself this week, and the ability to do so, I think, is something that you have to take in and do your best with. It's not easy. By any respect, it's not easy. Um, my second thing is my motorcycle, Miss Rosie Posey, which is coming out in the next issue of Cycle Source magazine, I believe. Um, we're finally starting to see eye to eye. When I tell you, she was definitely a man's motorcycle, just rotten, evil, mean, and wicked sometimes. So we had to come to an understanding. Not talking nice to her anymore. I'm talking a little dirty, but yet I'm still petting her, not slapping her. So, you know, we come to an understanding. I put a brand new battery in there. She didn't want to start, and it was a test because they test you in the world. This is just how it goes. So every time I turn around, there's something, and it's a 78 shovel head, and it's all been updated, and I have cool, I have a lot of updated parts. I have shovelhead parts, Evo parts, twin cam parts, and now even Milwaukee 8 parts because I have the handlebars on there, the 2020 Street Bob bars that my son Axel gave me. So she's got her own personality and her own attitude. And a lot of people who ride motorcycles will understand exactly what I say when I say that. Um, so it's always something. She always wants to test me. She wants to, as soon as I turn around, she wants to stick a pin in my ass and see if I'll jump because we've had that kind of relationship. Been run over, been thrown on the ground. We've gone through hell and back. So she wanted to test me. I just put a brand new battery in it. It'd only been 4 or 5 days, not a lot. I was going out, pulled it out, beautiful day, and I went to push the button, and she went, and I was like, oh, really? Rotten. Just being a rotten, snotty little brat. So at this point, this is where I learned some stuff about myself. Um, it would be okay, pull it in the garage and put the battery charger in. Let's see what we can do. Or just say, you know what? She's being an asshole. I'm gonna move on. I'll do something else. I'll ride my dad's Sportster or something. I'll just do something else. Ride to the beach on my bicycle. Something. And I looked down and she looked at me like she was like had a Cheshire grin, like, haha, I win. I was like, yeah, no, none of that bullshit. So I pulled the kickstart, the kicker out, and I got it all ready to go. And I kicked and I kicked and I kicked and I kicked for like 25 straight freaking minutes. I couldn't even breathe. But damn it, I won. And I told her I got all day and we can go through this every time. So what she told me was she requires effort, like everyone does. You're in a relationship, it requires effort. You're doing something and you want it to be good and have a good result, it requires effort. Well, sometimes we forget to put effort into things. So her and I came to an agreement, and now when I have most opportunities, I kickstart my motorcycle. I don't just walk up and push the button and take the easy way out because it's never easy, ever, ever, ever. So I think we've come to an understanding. Cool. So then my third thing is my strength to go through and get through. And when I say that, I mean, honestly, sometimes it takes great strength and resolve to go through life in general. And everybody should take time to stop and look at the fact that it's a heavy load, but you actually have the strength to carry it. So there it is. That's the best part about it. Like you can see all the negative shit, which however the world works on certain days, it's easier that way. It is difficult and to go ahead, just pull the good shit out. So that's what the 5 good things are about. So the strength to do that is really good. My fourth thing is definitely, and I like this one. This one was good for me this week. My grace. My grace when I'm being knocked down and when I get back up. There's grace to it. Because damn, when you get knocked over, you have to pick up and move. Miss Charlotte, I see you. I have comments. This is the coolest thing. So I see them now. Let's see. Uh-oh. Let's not show you my screen. Okay, so I have comment on some stuff. So I'll have to look into that because I actually turned the button on today. Because it's difficult to read the comments on the side and watch what you're doing and like you're talking, like concentrate like I'm talking to you. This is fun. I don't care who likes it or doesn't like it. I'm having a good time. And poor Beaner, he probably doesn't have really good connection. Miss Charlotte, I'm so glad I read your what Memorial Day means, and I almost cried. I didn't. And thank you. You're a wonderful, amazing woman. So cool. Yeah, the grace. You gotta have grace when you get knocked down, and you gotta just dust yourself off and get back up. And shit, it's hard. It gets harder and harder, but you just gotta keep going and have a good time. Do your best to keep a smile on your face. It's definitely a challenge, and everybody should be up for the damn challenge. Smile at someone, say hello, be kind. All right, and then my fifth good thing, it's never gonna change on any Monday night as long as I'm doing this. It's being right here, right now, doing this little show. So those are my five good things. All right. Then you get my afterthought because I don't think we get Beaner tonight, but we didn't do our product, our my pick for products. So this is good. I like this one. My favorite tires. I run Metzlers. I love my Metzlers. So um when I say that they stick in the rain and cornering, I'm very much I like that a little softer compound. Whereas my wonderful husband, he's like a Dunlop guy, and he likes the Dunlop because they got hard compound, and he rides a little different. The difference between boys and girls, go figure, right? But I love my Metzler tires. They are quality product. You get good stuff out of them, and I guess tires right now is a hard thing. They're back ordered everywhere. We're having a hard time with the rubber and everything. But yeah, if you aren't sure what tire you want to try something, that's a quality tire, and they're made by Pirelli. Everybody knows that name as well. So that's my product this week that I picked. And then, oh, I get to push these buttons. I'm actually liking pushing these buttons. It's pretty neat. So we did that. Yeah, don't forget to participate. Like anybody that can, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. After 100 subscriptions, we get a custom name. We can name it Athena After Dark. Our set's gonna change a little. I got a big chair to go back there, and we have like this giant TV, so I don't have to wear the glasses, and I can see you all and or see everything and see the my teleprompter. This is fun though. You always wonder if you could do the job as like a news anchor or something. It's not easy, and anybody who says it is a lying like hell, unless they've been doing it forever. Like I have friends that do that, like Source Media and over there. They do it. They don't bullshit around. Me, I'm just over here just having a little bit of a good time. Okay, yeah. And email athenaafterdark@aol.com. I did get some cool emails. I'm really have gotten some really nice stuff, some supportive stuff, and I'm working on buttons. And now I have these comments on here, so that's super cool. All right, so then my afterthought is we're gonna put it to a close. Half hour. See, that works out. I'm bummed about Beaner, but I'm sure we will get him back on. And apologies to anybody who misses it. Maybe I'll just tape it while I'm on the road. Next week, I have a surprise from Milwaukee. It'll be live from Milwaukee, should I be successful. Okay, so my afterthought. So my afterthought today is definitely one of like I said, laugh at this because I am. It's pretty damn funny, especially today. It's pretty damn funny. Honor, pride, and dignity. Well, I mentioned that earlier. I have great honor in my family. My grandpa Larry, he was a sailor. My dad, both my uncles, they were in the military. My father-in-law, my brother-in-law, they served in the military. They served all of them served our country. I have friends and incredible human beings that I know, and the ones that I don't know that they've served our country so that we actually like have the opportunity to do the things that we do. I'm gonna be sitting here in front of this chair being like a giant dork if it wasn't for them. We would have some chaos like other places in the world. So we're very grateful for that. Um, I love that our military does cool things like honoring our veterans. We went to Lowe's today and they have a parking spot, and I took a picture of it, but technologically at a disadvantage still, so I'm working on it. Getting the pictures up here, doing okay, not great, but I'm working on it. But yeah, I took a picture, and it's the parking lot. They have parking lots for veterans at Lowe's. There's reserved spots, so if you're a veteran, you can park there. And in the spot, they did all this cool stuff with plants and rocks. and they made it like an American flag in the parking spot, and they wrote "Thank you" in the rocks. And then, of course, I cried. I'm at that age now where everything I cry. So good, bad, ugly, I cry. Um, so yeah, so I like that everybody takes pride in our country and our military. I'm appreciative of that, and I hope that everybody understands that they really don't get an opportunity to like or dislike any of it. Their job is what it is, to protect us and provide us our freedoms. They don't get a choice. They don't get to say they like this or they don't like that. They're not allowed to have that option because they have a job. And no matter what side anybody's on, their job is to keep us all safe. So we're grateful for that. I The pride is important. That's something that you can't explain it, but when you take pride in what you do, it shows. It's reflected in many things. You know, even whether you're mopping the floor and you work in a convenience store, or you're building a motorcycle, or you're doing the freaking laundry, you need to take pride in what you're doing, because we live here in a place where we have so much. People around the world laugh at us because, they think that we take it for granted. And granted, I mean, some stuff we do. I think about stories when I talk to like Gloria and older ladies. They went through the Great Depression. They used to, it was potluck dinner. Everybody brought a noodle or a sauce or whatever. They made soup out of carrots and ground beef. Like, things were so different. And that's something that you would never fathom these days. We didn't have, again, the internet. We didn't have social media following. You had shake your hand, call on the phone, see each other when you could, and there was pride involved in a lot of things. So I'm appreciative of our military and our veterans for taking pride in honoring our fallen military members. That's just incredible, and I'm appreciative of everybody who isn't military that does it as well. There's rules to the flag. I don't know if anybody knows that, but there's rules to the flag when it goes half staff. Like today on Memorial Day, it goes half staff till noon, and then you put the flag back up. So there's a chart. You can Google that and find that on the internet. That's always good to know when there's something that goes on in our country, like some of the horrific things that have been going on over this past week or so. It's good to know where to find that information, and it shows support. It shows support to our military, to our fellow men and women, our countrymen and women. So that's a good thing. And then the last part of the afterthought is, I believe that having and being treated with dignity is extremely important. You got to know your worth. You have to know. That's the hardest thing sometimes to find. And when you're learning things through life, you don't ever stop to think about the value of who you are as a human being and who you are as a person and what you put out into the world. I mean, jobs, careers, all the things, everybody has a contribution. But a lot of times we stop thinking about the contribution that we need to give to our community and our fellow man, and, the kindness, the camaraderie, the respect. No matter what you think of the diversities that face each and every one, we're blessed to be able to say we can all agree to disagree. That's super cool. That's something. But you got to know your worth, and you have to respect yourself and others. I mean, of course, like for myself personally, I give respect. If someone doesn't return it, well, it's my option to go ahead and reach my hand again and see if I can, make it all work, or just disregard it. So life is about choices, but you have to know your worth to be able to do that and respect yourself and respect others. That I say, nobody else can love you unless you love yourself. There's some truth to that. I think that's a another thing that a lot of people take for granted. So this Memorial Day, I hope for everyone's sake that you get it, in the fact of the matter that, yeah, it really wasn't about a long weekend, as though we got one and everything was closed. And it is about honoring our veterans, but I think people do forget about the fallen veterans. And that's something that we need to make sure that on Memorial Day, we know that's what it is, because Veterans Day is Veterans Day. That's two separate things. Boy, howdy. There's a holiday calendar in there somewhere. So I don't know. I'm bummed out that poor Beaner didn't make it, but I am going to say that I'm grateful that everybody who showed up here did. We're going to do a little couple of shows showing some picture. I showed you the Beaner photos. If you see him and he's riding a mini bike, he looks like that. So we're going to put up, that's what we need to do, is put out wanted posters. So I should do that right now, right? Wanted on his motorcycle or online. The mayor of fun. So, okay. Well, again, I appreciate everybody. Go ahead and keep sending the emails. I will have more oomph and pizzazz for you next week. Like I said, it's so weird because when everybody at the studio takes the day off and there's no hair and no makeup, all I had was leftover pajamas and I had to do something. I'm gonna have dinner now though. I didn't even get to that. So Memorial Day. Honor the flag. Do you know the words to the Pledge of Allegiance? That's important too. So go, if you don't, well, go look them up because and recite them. It's important. Happy Monday. Celebrate, honor, respect our fallen, and yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now and go get some grub. All right, I'll see you guys next Monday. It's exciting. I am actually going to. Oh, look at this. Oh, check me out. I should try that. I'm actually going to go ahead and be live on the road. So I'm taking my little setup. So if we have technical difficulties, we're gonna get it down. And if we don't, well, I'm doing it for fun. So hopefully everybody else can have fun. A special guest next week. And you know what? Maybe we get Beaner to like join in, like bust in on the party. I'm gonna put up a wanted poster for him. All right, everybody. You have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. Enjoy your week. Don't forget. It's so super important. Be kind to yourself and to others. It matters. It matters. So especially the first part. You need to do that. Don't forget. So, see ya.